Yo, 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 it's a Storyteller. Holla at your boy. Today I got these two gentlemen right here, highly intelligent. And I would like for you all to introduce yourself.
Steve Emerson.
Kyle Lobb.
Okay, and today we're going to talk about something that I feel that need to be addressed and talked about, quite often. Mental illness. There's a lot of mental illness that's going on. We see it every day in the news, and it's getting worse. It's like the youngsters just starting to just burst with a lot of mental illness, and it's causing a lot of lives. So this is very dear to me, and I would like to talk about it, and I would like to get your understanding pertaining to mental illness.
I agree. It's a big problem.
Can you talk up a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. It's a big problem with society right now. It's something that probably needs to be caught sooner than later. It's a problem where the police usually get involved, and they're having to be peace officers and also like guidance counselors at all at the same time. That's really not their responsibility, but if that can be caught early on and treated, I think society as a whole would probably be a little bit better.
Yes, I recall when I was young, when I was coming up, we had officer friendly around in the neighborhood, coming to the schools, giving us coloring books, and the children that was in school when they was getting in trouble, like 3-4 times, they get them some type of help, or they call us social workers or whatever to see, because there was a lot of love back then. Everybody cared about everybody, and we try to get to the root of the problem and help the child out. And today, I don't see a lot of that. And we need to get back to that basic. But I appreciate you bringing up about the police officer and everything. And I want you all out there to know, all policemen ain't bad. They're here to help you. So don't be afraid to reach out.
Absolutely.
And I would like to have your perspective on it, sir.
Oof. I don't know if I have much of a perspective on the mental illness side. I respect that it is a very big issue in the world, and along with what Steve said, it is something that needs to be treated early and as soon as possible, and there's all kinds of resources for people to seek help, but it's not necessarily going to come to you. You actually have to know with yourself that there is a problem and then reach out. I know there's all kinds of hotlines to call. There's all kinds of local organizations to help with that, along with even just going to see a primary care doctor or an urgent care clinic. Somebody will listen to you, and they will take you seriously. And if it gets to the point where you're acting out and the police are involved, it may not end the way it could have had treatment been seeked out before. Not everybody's trained to deal with it. It can all be prevented if people see within that there's an issue.
Yes, and I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate you being honest and telling the truth, which I agree with you. But there is also another, what we call society, you know what I'm saying, where you got youngsters that's in the inner city, what they call the trenches, where they don't have those resources. They don't know anything about that. There's no proper parenting. They have no resources like that. The people who investors that invest in their neighborhood is allowed, not really good resource that come from there, So it's going to take brothers like me or human beings like
you,
me,
exactly.
To bring this awareness and let them know that there is help out there, because I have some resources and I got some help if you all need it. I have ties. And I appreciate you gentlemen coming here and talking about this topic. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. What I'd like to talk about right now is social media, really media in general, and disinformation. There's a lot of different little pockets that you can fall into that you may hear something that agrees with what you're thinking, but it might not necessarily be true. You got to check that information out. You got to verify it. If you see something on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you just don't automatically repost it. Make sure that what you're putting out there is true. Especially with the younger generation, they're susceptible. They're not probably as good at verification, but that's by design with these social media networks. So you may end up putting something out there that's absolutely false unknowingly because maybe one of your friends that trust fell into that trap, and it's something that really just do better and make sure before you say something, just check it out.
Yeah, and I would like to speak on that or echo what you were saying, because social media, it can help you and it can destroy you as well, which we all know that. And like you were saying, someone out there can repost something that's not true, and it can cause this person to commit suicide behind that. Because your post can go viral and it can hurt someone, change someone's life in a negative way. So always do your research. Stop and think when you see different posts out there. What's the agenda?
Does this sound right?
That was the thing. And then if people start getting into their friend's business and they see somebody post something about their friend and then they share it and then it goes wild. Somebody said something to me a long time ago that there's 3 sides to every story. There's one person's side, there's the other person's side, and then there's the truth. And I've seen that is very true in everything. I mean, if you only hear one side of any story, you are skewed from what could possibly be. That may be the truth, but if you're not open to seeing both sides, you're just sharing misinformation potentially.
You become part of the problem at that point.
So this lesson here with this, don't become part of the problem. Be part of the solution.
Exactly.
Do your homework. Investigate before you choose. That's all you have to do. Put yourself in situations as well, like, would I allow myself to do this? Or would I allow my child to do this? Or my mother to do this? And once you get that answer, if the answer is no, it's easy. Don't do it. I want to thank you all for coming out, doing this interview with me. Y'all know I care about the youth and I love y'all. Sincerely. One love.
They say pressure bust pipe. I say also produce diamonds. I was once told by a wise guy, where you least expect can be the most greatest of heights.